Hey everyone, the name is Kris Barocsi. Welcome to Gear Corner. Today, we're checking out a really sweet hand-wired amp with the coolest name ever. It's the Bananas Galaktopus. If you like my videos, make sure to hit thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That would be amazing. And check out the description box under the video if you want to get some gear links, if you want to check out the stuff I'm using, if you want to see timestamps or my merchandise. You'll find all of that in there. Now, what is the Galaktopus? Unlike most boutique amps and hand-wired amps, this is not the one-channel, no effects loop kind of amp. It does give you a lot of little options and features that you know from like very versatile amps, just on the highest possible level. So the inside of the amp is ridiculous. The way it looks, it's awesome. And it gives you two channels, clean and drive, and also a boost, and also an effects loop, and also a number of little knobs and switches that can tweak the tone to perfection, to match your guitar, match your playing style, your taste, or obviously your cabinet that you're running it through. There are some features that are overall features, like for example the bite knob, which defines the amp's openness or articulation, and also the boost, which is a plus 6 dB boost, and it works on both channels, so that's also something that is global. Short background story on what is Bananas, where are they from, and what's this brand. It's a really small boutique German amp brand, and I met Raphael last year at Guitar Summit, which is like NAMM but smaller and nicer because it's not that loud. And I played this amp, the Galaktopus, and he asked me to check out one of his amps, and I was like, oh, I want the Galaktopus, because that was so impressive, so nice, clean, crunch, and even up to kind of high gain. The clean channel, that's the first thing I want to talk about, is it's a 50 watt amp, so you have quite a bit of headroom. You can get really loud, even with humbuckers, before it starts to overdrive. But if you want that, if you don't mind a bit of volume, because as told, it's a 50 watt amp, it's gonna be loud. If you can crank it a bit, it has the sweetest sort of edge of breakup kind of tone, and regardless of where the volume is on the clean channel, it takes pedals so well. Three Bananas didn't want to put a lot of knobs on the amp, so they decided on 3 pre-selected settings for the mids. There's normal, and then there's a scooped and a boosted mid setting. Now, of course, depending on what kind of guitar you're playing and what kind of clean tone you're looking for, you can go for the boosted or the scooped version. But honestly, the normal is so balanced that I did not feel like I need to move those knobs. The drive channel goes from very low gain, sparkly, sweet, and sort of Andy Timmon style drives up to a lot of drive. Like, it's not a rectifier, like a Mesa rectifier, but it goes up to proper heavy rock sounds. And that's really cool because most of these amps on this level of quality, hand-wired, top-notch pieces, parts inside everything, they don't usually give you a lot of gain. I really like the idea that you can make this sound very much Nuno-esque, like extreme, that kind of really precise, percussive drive tone that is not easy to get unless the amp lets you get there. The drive channel also has a mini toggle, which is called the Reactivity. And what it does, it gives you 3 different reactions, hence the name. The normal setting is what I found most balanced. It's a very comfortable, really sweet, nice feeling drive sound. And there's a smooth setting, which is a little, well, obviously smoother, but also more dynamic. It doesn't compress as much, which is awesome if you don't want a lot of gain. And then there's a third setting, which is called punch, which is exactly what it does. It raises the lower mids or low frequencies. It makes it more punchy, thicker, a bit more compressed, and just a bigger tone. Let's talk about this bite knob on the far right side of the amp. That is a global sort of presence/EQ knob. I'm not really sure what it does or how it does it, but it does exactly what it says. Bite is perfect to describe what happens if you increase that knob or go up with the setting. You have more pick attack, more crisp, higher frequencies and all those things. Now, let's say you want to have a really warm, as told, kind of Dumble-esque kind of drive sound. Just go down with the bite and find that sweet spot where it starts to sound more like that fluidy, bluesy, sort of softer kind of tone. clean channel also has a bright switch. Well, actually, it's a three-way toggle, so you have normal, bright 1, and bright 2. Those are pretty aggressive for a good reason. If you have the byte around 12 o'clock, which is, as told, a global EQ changing knob, if you have that sort of balanced, you don't need the bright. But as soon as you go darker with the byte, like reduce the byte, the clean channel will become really warm, like jazzy warm. And if you want to avoid that, that's where you would want to use the bright 1 or even the bright 2 setting on the bright switch for the clean. And with that, you kind of balance out the low setting on the byte. For most of the playing in this video, I use the tube rectifier setting because you can switch that on the backside of the amp to diode. And the only reason why I would use diode is as soon as you go for quite a bit of gain, that just seems to be a bit more reactive, like a little faster and a little bit tighter as well. So I guess that's something that makes a lot of sense if you want to use something like this for rock, hard rock, etc. I will use the diode setting for this super high gain playing. Let's see how much gain the amp has. My thoughts on the 3 Bananas Galaktopus. Every time I say that name out loud, I have to smile. I love it so much. Yeah, I love the tones, clean channel, drive channel, lower gain, higher gain. I love how it reacts to pedals. I love the volume. I love that it has 2 EL34 power amp tubes and gives you 50 watts because that allows you to stick to a clean setting on the clean channel, even at stage volumes, even with humbuckers. That is something that if we're talking about an amp that is going to be used by professionals, I think that's a very crucial feature, or well, something that the amp should be able to offer you. So that is amazing. I love how it looks. I love the fact that you can use it the way you want. You have an effects loop if you want to use the drive channel and then put your reverbs and delays after that drive happening in the preamp section. I love the fact that it has a boost, which is also foot switchable, so you can have like almost like a third channel, or like a 2+ channel if you want to put it that way. That's amazing. I love the byte knob so much because that's what makes this amp extremely versatile and really tweakable without being overly complicated. And that is something that I always love about good product, whether it's a pedal, a guitar, an amp, whatever that is. In my reviews, I always try to look for something that I could imagine someone not liking. This is the critique part. There's literally just one thing that I personally like. It doesn't make any sense in a professional situation, but when you're playing the amp at home, I would love to have the option of switching the channels on the amp. And right now, it's just this. It comes with this foot switch, which says channel and boost. You can switch channels and turn the boost on and off, and that is all you need. Actually, this is perfect. It's just something that I kind of like, being able to just flick a switch on the front to switch channels. That's something that when you're practicing, when you're in a rehearsal room and don't want to unpack the foot switch as well, you just want to put on the amp, on the cab, plug it in, go, and just switch. That's something that I would love seeing on the amp, but honestly, it's just nitpicking. That's what it is. All right, let me know in the comments below what you think about the Galaktopus and how you liked the sounds I got with the amp, what kind of questions you still have, stuff that I didn't mention and you want to know. Yeah, meet you down there in the comments. Of course, check out the description box under the video. As told, you'll find a link to 3 Bananas, their homepage. You can check out the Galaktopus and their other products as well. Yeah, see you in the next video. Meet you down there in the comments. Bye. Bye.